Hey guys, it's Sheung Okimi and welcome back to my channel. So as you saw by the title, I will be doing the big chop today. I know a bunch of you guys probably think this is a clickbait because I know I play too much. I know in the past I have...
I'm just thinking about it, 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 I'm just thinking about it. I did it.
Yeah, but this is not. I will be doing the big chop and I'm excited to just take you guys along. So I'm just gonna start the video, and as I'm cutting I will talk about why I'm doing this. I know a bunch of you guys are wondering. So if you've never seen me before, hi, I have long relaxed hair. This is my hair. Okay, yeah, y'all know what my hair looks like. Yeah, so now I'm just going to literally just start and get right into this, and yeah, I'm excited. This is crazy that I'm about to do this, but I have my scissors and I have my spray bottle to wet my roots so I can tell which part is new growth and not. I might actually need to get help because I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I think I can do it. It's just like certain parts. Okay, right here I can tell. I think I'm gonna make my first cut right there. I'm just afraid of overcutting it, but I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, I just made my first cut. Yeah, definitely didn't cut that properly. And then I'm gonna start talking once I feel like I've gotten the hang of it. Whew. Okay, and I know someone's gonna ask if I can send them my hair on tracks because you guys always make that joke, but maybe DM me. I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm really upset because I just filmed so much and it wasn't even recording. Like, that's never happened. I've never not recorded something, but the devil is a liar and we're just gonna continue, and I'll try and restate everything that I said, and I'll try and say it the same way, which I don't think I can because, but anyways, so I was just talking about how, so now I'm starting from the bottom, working my way up to the top, and I was talking about my whole journey with being relaxed. So I've been relaxed my entire life. This is my first time really seeing my my natural hair, like, only, which is crazy because I'm 22 years old. But yeah, at the beginning, being relaxed, I just thought of that as the norm. Like, I never really thought that natural hair was an option. Like, I didn't know people did that, like they just didn't relax their hair. I just saw everyone that I knew, my family, everyone just relaxed their hair. It was just, I thought it was just the thing that girls had to do. And I also made a documentary. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm gonna try and start like pubbing my documentary a little bit more because I worked really hard on that and I feel like it should be shared with more of the world. But if you haven't seen it, I made a documentary about how not only are relaxers very prominent in like America and like in primarily white spaces, but also in African countries as well. Specifically in my documentary, I talked about the use of relaxers in Nigeria, where my family is from, and just talking about how much of a norm it is. So yeah, relaxers for me whenever I was younger were very much a norm. The first time that I ever thought about going natural was whenever I was starting to get a little bit more into my hair journey, when I had started my YouTube channel. A lot of the people at that time just talked about going natural to basically just stopping relaxers so that your hair could be healthier. And at that time, my whole thing was that I wanted to grow my hair long. That was my main thing that I just struggled with so much as a child, and not liking my hair. That's because it was shorter and I didn't really understand why it couldn't grow like the rest of my friends and everyone else. So that was like my motive for ever wanting to go natural in the first place, was just so my hair could be healthier and maybe it could grow a little bit longer. But I ended up staying relaxed. But yeah, I just wanted to be able to grow my hair long. That's the gist of all of that, as I'm saying right now. And I was talking about in my video that I thought I was recording but I wasn't. I was talking about how calm I am like doing this. Like months back, as I was planning for this video, I was like, oh, it's gonna be an emotional thing. Like, how am I gonna be feeling in the video? Like, this is crazy that I'm actually doing this. Like, I'm actually doing this. Like, this is crazy. But I was talking about in the beginning of this video, in the part that I thought I was recording, like how surprisingly very calm I am. Like, this doesn't feel like anything. Like, it feels like I'm just putting in another hairstyle. Like, maybe it'll hit me tomorrow or something. But I was saying that, and like as I was like, and I was saying that I was calm and everything. And then as I started talking about like my journey with like trying to grow my hair long and like being able to, so my mission was to, one, grow my hair long, prove to people that it's possible for, one, Black people to grow hair long, and two, prove that Black people with relaxed hair can also grow their hair long, that it's possible to grow long relaxed hair. So I was talking about all of that, and at that point, that was the part that was making me emotional for some reason, which I didn't really expect to get emotional over that. So maybe it's a good thing that it wasn't actually recording, because I started crying. For some reason, it was like making me emotional thinking about like how I came into this space wanting, like with this really, really strong mission of something that had bothered me so much, of like wondering why can't my hair grow? Like, I just wanted to be able to grow my hair. Like, it's frustrating me so much. It makes me really happy to have been able to come into this space, like learn so much. Because when I tell you, I've spent hours upon hours upon days upon days upon weeks trying to learn as much as I could about how to grow our hair long. Like, the fact that I made it my mission, not only completed that mission, but was able to share the things that I have learned in a way that has been able to reach so many people, was the thing that was making me emotional just thinking about it. Like, I actually really set this goal and I did it, and now I told myself that I would grow my hair long and I would stay relaxed and stay trying to grow my hair for as long as I could until I felt like it couldn't grow anymore and I felt like my time in this space was done. And I feel like now, so that was the part that was making me emotional, like thinking about like I started this thing with this mission and I feel like I've done everything that I wanted to do. I've put out everything that I have ever learned through my own trial and error. I have put it out into the world and it has been able to reach a lot of people. And like I was talking about how your DMs and your comments, like they really mean so much more than you can imagine. Like, being able to help you guys, like those things make me literally cry. And the reason why it was making me emotional is because like that was something that I struggled with heavily, and like that was my whole mission, like learn everything and share that information with the world. So I feel like the reason why it doesn't make me emotional at all to like be cutting all of my hair off is because I came into this space and like I feel like my time, like I've done everything that I set out to do, and it makes me really happy that I have done it in a way that I would have never expected going into things. So yeah, that's everything that I was saying basically in a nutshell. It was much more dramatic when I was saying it the first time, so it's okay. I'm not gonna beat myself up about like losing that footage. Oh, also something that I didn't mention in the part that I was recording before is like I feel like a lot of the videos that I've made, there isn't really much more I would have said if I had stayed making more videos. Like, I've literally said everything that I know in as many different ways as I can. That's the reason why I kept on prolonging it, because I didn't want to leave the whole relaxed hair space until I feel like I had said every single thing that I ever wanted to say. Because I would think like, oh, there's this video that I haven't made. Oh, there's this way of information that I can tell in a way that people will reach more people. And the thing about YouTube is like those videos stay up forever. Like, even if I'm not still having long relaxed hair, if you're trying to grow long relaxed hair, those videos are still there. And that makes me really happy to be able to have that still there literally forever for people who still want to grow their own relaxed hair, because that's another thing that I'll get into later in this video. But I don't think there's anything wrong with being relaxed. So that's enough. Ooh, okay, we'll talk about that. But after saying all of that, I was just talking about how, see, and it's making me upset that I lost it. I'm not gonna make me upset, because it's okay. This footage will still turn out good. But after I was saying that, I was talking about how it makes me really excited now. It's like I'm really, really excited to have natural hair and to just do things with my hair. Like, I feel like there's so many things that you can do with natural hair. So I'm excited to style it and like show you guys, take you guys along this journey with me, and like just do different things with my hair. Like, hair makes me really, really excited. Like, I'm really, really excited for the different things that I am going to do. I was saying that me going natural right now shouldn't come as too much of a surprise, because I feel like I've been hinting at it for a while. Like, I don't know, I feel like, let me know in the comment section if you're that surprised. I'm sure there's still gonna be people that are surprised, but I feel like it shouldn't come as too much of a surprise that I'm doing this right now. And left for me, if it wasn't for like making more YouTube videos and making sure that I could say everything that I want to say, I don't think I would have transitioned for this long. Even though, see, for those of you who say that my hair grows fast, I feel like my hair should be longer than this. Considering how long I've stretched, it feels like I've been stretching for forever, but it's almost been 2 years. And I mean, my hair is a good length, I guess, but I don't know why I expected it to be a little bit longer. I've just been struggling trying to handle 2 textures, so I just thought it would be a lot more. The way it's been not ruining my life, but the way it's been so hard for me to care for my hair in the past like year with having so much new growth has been a struggle. But yeah, I was gonna say, like, left for me, I wouldn't have transitioned at all. Like, I would have just shaved it because transitioning is hard. Like, taking care of 2 textures, I wasn't really able to wear my hair and style my hair in the way that I wanted to for the past year. After this, I'll post a video on like that whole thing of like how I managed to transition and not like really share it, how difficult that was for me. But it was all for a good reason. Like, I'm happy I stayed because I was able to make some pretty cool videos in the past few months that I feel like have helped a lot of people. But I was talking about before, the whole now that I'm going to be a natural person, am I joining the whole wave of like being natural and not thinking I'm better than people who are relaxed, which I feel like definitely not all naturals do, but I feel like there's a wave of some naturals, just from the comments that I get from some people of like, why do you hate yourself? You need to come be like us, be natural, start loving yourself. Like, I used to hate myself too, but now I'm natural. Like, people saying that type of stuff, but it's not at all. And I don't think I think being in the space with having relaxed hair and being someone that is so prideful of my hair and like everything that we can do with our hair, I feel like showed that you can still choose to do certain things with your hair and it not mean anything other than what you want decide to do with your hair, whether because it may be easier for you, whether because you're like me and you're just on a mission to try and grow it or whatever reason that you have. Like, I hate the whole attacking people. A better solution is to just, and I talked about this, but like the reason why natural hair is as big as it is right now, especially in America, and how it's becoming more of a thing in Nigeria as well, is by prominent people, you don't even have to be famous or like an influencer or anything like that, but just people who other people see and look up to. Like, it can just be your friend, someone who's older than you, who carries their hair proudly in whichever style that they choose to wear it. And when other people see them carrying their hair or carrying themselves in a certain way, that's how our perception of what is beautiful and what is not is formed. Like, the first time I ever started really thinking about this was whenever I was working on my documentary, like just understanding how relaxers became a thing in Nigeria and how they're not becoming a thing anymore. Like, and the whole idea of how like the mind works and just perception of like beauty is literally, and what we think is beautiful is literally formed based on other people's ability to carry those things beautifully and with confidence. So a good example that I have of this that I was thinking about before, like I'm just wanting to get this out, I feel like it's really important, but like I don't know if you guys saw, used to be into like the whole trend of like the Adidas with the stripes. I remember the first time I ever saw someone wear it, she was one of my friends, she was really into fashion and all of that. She wore it to school and I thought to myself, those are the ugliest shoes I've ever seen in my life. Why would anyone want to ever wear those shoes in public? And then as time progressed, more people, like more of the popular kids at my school, I guess, would start wearing these shoes. I would see them more like on pictures of people on the internet, like big influential people. Come like a year later, why am I not buying the shoe for myself and wearing the shoe and not even, and looking at the shoe and now looking at it and thinking like, oh, those look really nice. Like my whole perception on how this shoe that I once thought was ugly completely changed just by seeing other people carry it well and like rock it, and like those people seem to look really good in it. And yeah, so like that whole thing got me thinking that, and like my documentary in Nigeria just got me thinking about like how our perceptions of what is beautiful and what is not are formed, and how they're just so, everything is a social construct. Like there's no one thing that's more beautiful than the other. It's just like how we perceive it, and like how people who have influence are able to control what we think is beautiful. There's nothing that is more beautiful than the other. It's just like our perceptions of it and how we are molded into thinking something looks, just the way it's carried and how other people receive it, and how that all goes into our own like psyche of what we think is beautiful and what is not. But I say all of that to say that the way of like helping other people who may be in that space of not thinking that their hair is beautiful or whatever, beauty being like, beauty isn't like a concrete thing. It's just an idea in our heads that we are manipulated to believe, which is just, it's such an interesting thing to me to think about how all of that stuff works. But all of that to say that we have so much power. Like everyday people, you simply just showing up in your natural hair and rocking it proudly is what causes change, way more than you attacking other people for hating themselves. Most of the time, the people that you're attacking don't even hate themselves. At least once a day, I'll see one of those types. I used to, well, maybe now that I'm natural, I won't see those comments as much, but so many people just attacking me, thinking that I hate myself. I know it's coming from a good place, but it's not helping. In case you didn't know, now you know. Though, so I'll go into my I guess you would call them issues of being relaxed. So being relaxed, like I'm all for like if you feel that relaxed hair is easier for you, if you just, whatever your reasoning for being relaxed, do you, and hopefully I can help you with whichever decision that you've made. If you've made the decision to stay relaxed, I wanted to be there to help with like helping you grow your hair and all of that. But I would get these types of comments which, I don't know, they wouldn't, I don't know, I would just feel some type of way, but like people saying, like anytime that I would take my hair out of protective style and like show my real hair, people just saying like, oh, you're really making me want to go relax. I didn't want me having relaxed hair to be a motivation for people to go out and relax their hair, unless they were already having their own motivations for relaxing it, if that made sense. And I say all of that because one thing that really, something that happened like a year ago, okay, so I was invited for a shoot, a campaign for a company. I'm not gonna say which company it is, but I was flown out to shoot for them and like just basically take pictures of my relaxed hair and promote their product. I actually haven't even gone back to check to see if they have used those pictures for anything. At the time I thought it would be like to put on boxes, for relaxers, that type of thing, to put on their website, that type of thing. But I haven't really checked into it because that whole experience was just a traumatic thing, so I don't want to go back to it. But the whole thing that happened was, and I say all of this to say, before, to preface everything, that I was very grateful for the experience. Like, I'm not trying to complain about what it was, because it was a very amazing opportunity, but there were a lot of things wrong with it that I saw, and how it pertains to like me not really liking the whole, a big reason why I didn't really like staying in the relaxed hair scene. The whole thing that I didn't like about the situation is, besides the fact that it was completely so unorganized, but like in the emails before, I would ask them like, so am I supposed to wash my hair before? Like, are you guys gonna be styling my hair? Like, let me know different things. Didn't get any response, so I tried to like style my hair, but the night before I got locked out of my dorm room. So like I was in the shower and then I got locked out because I was actually not even supposed to be there, because they had locked down campus and everything to kick us out for Christmas break, but I was still there and they locked me out, and I couldn't get back into my room. Long story short, I washed my hair and I wasn't able to blow out my roots before they dried. And at that point I had like 5 months of new growth, and whenever I have that much new growth, I always like blow dry it so that it can always like just be flat. And I've done that so many times. Like I've stretched my relaxer for 5-6 months multiple times, so it's never been a problem for me. But so all of my hair dried without me being able to stretch it out, and I literally flew early in the morning and didn't sleep that night. Like had a final, didn't sleep at all. I had to take down my hair, all of that stuff overnight. Got locked out of my room. It was a whole mess, and went to this campaign and didn't sleep, like pulled a complete all-nighter. But I get there and they're not able to do anything with my roots. Like they said that the only way that they can get it to work is by re-wetting everything and trying to comb it out. So this is why I don't go to salons as well. But they wet my hair and they begin to style it for the whole campaign. Very traumatic experience. I feel like I'm being dramatic, but I don't, at the same time I feel like I'm not being dramatic. But so the hairstylist wets all of my hair because she says she can't work with it the way my roots. And at that point I literally only had 5 months of new growth. Now that I've been stretching for this long, but she's like, yeah, I can't work with your hair like this. We need to like wet it and then like see how we can get it back to being like the same texture and like straighten out the roots and everything. So and which I understand, it's hard to manage the two textures with like my roots just being shrunken and never stretched out. So yeah, I wasn't upset about like having to rewash it. I was upset that they didn't tell me that they would actually be styling my hair, because maybe I wouldn't have gone through the whole process of washing it and trying to rush myself. I would have just let them wash it. But anyways, so she didn't wash my hair, she just rinsed it and got it wet. And then she proceeds to like style it, and she takes a round brush and is just ripping through my hair, literally ripping through my hair. And at this point I am just sitting in the chair. Like the only reason why I wasn't too upset is because I knew I'd be cutting all of my hair off pretty soon anyways. So that was the only thing keeping me from being like too upset. And so as she was blow drying my hair with a brush and like moving the brush through and blow drying it, hair all over the floor. And mind you, after rinsing out my hair, they didn't put back in any leave-in or any type of heat protector or anything like that. They proceeded to just go in with the round brush, and they didn't try to like finger detangle my roots or like try and detangle it carefully with a wide tooth comb. They just went in straight with a hard bristle round brush, and the floor was white, so you could see every single hair strand. I've never seen that much hair fall out of my hair, fall out of my head. There was so much hair on the ground, and like she saw it, everyone saw it, and she started saying like, oh, it's because you just had to, oh, it's because she just had to protect the stallion for so long. This is all just shed hair. Like trying to make it not seem as bad as it was, when everyone could see that my hair was literally falling out. Like there's so much hair on the floor. Like I take down my hair from my protective styles, I never get that much shed hair, and I had already washed it beforehand, so I had already gotten most of the shed hair myself out. So all of that was just breakage. Like my hair was literally breaking as she was running the comb through it, because like I say in all my videos, I take my time, I baby my hair. Like that process would have taken me like 2, maybe 3 hours. What we did in like 15 minutes to dry my hair. But like I said, I wasn't really upset, and I wasn't trying to make a big deal about it, because like they invited me, she's the professional or whatever. I wanted to be like, it was an opportunity that I was grateful for, so I didn't want to make a big scene out of it, and I just went along with it like, oh yeah, it's because my protective style, I had it in, this is just shed hair, even though I knew it was all breakage. So she does that, and then she proceeds to flat iron my hair, and mind you, no heat protectant, nothing. No heat protectant. And she told me that too. She's like, yeah, you see how flowy it is? It's because I didn't put any product in it. Like bragging, that's why it was so flowy. But yeah, extremely high heat. I'm really glad that I didn't get heat damage. I really thought I would, because my hair didn't revert for like weeks. But yeah, so she flat irons my hair, uses a hot comb. I've never seen my hair that straight. And so as she was flat ironing, she was like, when's the last time you got a trim? And I said, oh, it's actually been a while. Like, I wouldn't mind like if I got a trim here, because I knew that we were gonna take pictures, so I kind of wanted a trim. And then she was like, oh no, your ends look bad, but it's okay. Let's just keep it going. Like, move on. So I was like, okay. And then so as she kept on flat ironing it, she was like, like, your hair, we have to do something about this. Like, this isn't gonna work. Like, she was like, your hair, like, just saying like, oh, we can't do this, like, we're gonna have to do something, like, we need to add some extensions in your hair, like, this isn't gonna work, like, your hair does not look like this photo that we need it to look like. And so the photo that, so they had photos on each of our like booths of like the inspiration for the photo shoot that they wanted. The picture that was my inspiration was a lady in what was obviously a weave, like 28-inch weave, like super long, blunt cut at the end weave. Obviously my hair isn't gonna look like that, like, and I feel like they reached out to me, they saw what my hair looks like on my videos, like on my Instagram, things like that. They know my hair doesn't look like that. Like, I show exactly what my hair looks like. My hair doesn't look like, I mean, my hair looks kind of like weave, but it doesn't look like that kind of weave. Like, my hair isn't gonna look like that. So like, as she was saying all that stuff, it kind of like started making me feel bad of like, dang, like, my hair isn't good enough. Like, you flew me out here, like, I thought I was taking pictures because you like the way my hair looked and you want me to like use it to promote your brand, things like that. Like, oh, my hair isn't good enough. Like, I started feeling like kind of down, like going back into that place of like growing up, like my hair not being good enough, all that stuff. But I didn't think too much of it, even though it was kind of upsetting me. And then later on, I come to find out they put extensions in everyone's hair. And at the like, and so for the whole campaign, they flew out people with the longest relaxed hair in America, literally. Like, the people, other relaxed hair YouTubers who live in America with long hair, those were all the people that were there. And at that time, I had the longest hair there. And they put extensions in all of their hair. So I don't understand why she was like making it like a big deal that like, oh, my hair just needs extensions because it's not good enough. But their campaign, so like that whole thing didn't make sense to me in the first place, that you are flying out all the people that you could find with the longest relaxed hair in America, and their hair still isn't good enough for the campaign. Like, you still need to add more to it. But so she had just flat ironed my hair, and I'm like, so she's gonna make my hair even longer. I don't really understand. But anyway, so I go back and she puts in the extensions, and then so I find out that she's just putting in the extensions to make my hair look thicker at the end, because she kept on saying that, yeah, you have long hair, but like this much of your hair from the end is so thin and doesn't like, I'm making it more dramatic than she wasn't that rude about it, but like the way she just kept on repeating it, like, my hair isn't good enough, like we have to do something, like this isn't gonna work for the shoot or whatever. But so they just put in the extensions to make my hair look thicker. She said she wanted my hair to look thicker at the ends. We put in the extensions, right? And then we go to take the picture, and the person says, oh, it doesn't look real, it looks too thick at the ends, like we need to layer that down or something. Like, she was just basically saying that we want the pictures to look real, like the way that the extensions were put in, my hair looked too thick at the end. So that kind of bothered me. Okay, you said my hair wasn't thick enough at the ends, we put it in the extensions, now it's too thick at the ends and it doesn't look natural. But anyway, so then we get it, go back, and she's like, okay, so we have to layer this down, make it look more natural. Tell me why. She said, oh, but it's gonna cut some of your hair. Tell me why she wanted to layer down my hair with the extensions in my hair. Like, cut my hair with the extensions to layer it down instead of just taking out the extension. So that's when I started freaking out, like, okay. And oh, and she was telling someone else, like, oh, and whenever she got that feedback, she was like, okay, yeah, we can layer it down. It's probably gonna cut a little bit of her hair, but she said she needed to trim anyways. So that made me upset, because I was like, I wanted an actual trim, like for the sake of making my hair look good for the pictures, but not for the sake of cutting off these extensions and layering the extensions to make my hair look thinner at the ends and cut my hair in the process. Like, the whole thing didn't make sense. So I was like, no, we can't do that. I'm not gonna do that. And so this is when we started going back and forth, and like the whole time I had tried to be like as professional as possible and like try not to make a scene, even though I hate getting my hair done by other people. The whole experience was just bad. She was being rough on my hair, she's making me feel bad about my hair, all of this stuff. And like the whole idea of it, like the whole shoot of all of you, this company flying all these people with the longest relaxed hair literally in America, and their hair still not being good enough for the standard that they want to set for what relaxed hair should look like. But yeah, so we were going back and forth, and then at that point I just started crying. I just started crying because of the stress of everything, my hair falling out, not having that much sleep, not having any sleep at night. And now she wanted to cut my hair for the sake of making the extensions look good, instead of like actually trying to trim my hair for the sake of trimming my hair for the own health of my hair. Like, it was all about the shoot and like projecting this image. So I was just looking at all of us taking the pictures and like just thinking about the whole idea. I was literally crying in my makeup, so upset. And so at that point, I really just wanted to go home. I didn't care about the shoot or anything. Like, I just wanted to go home. I still took the pictures, was feeling really not confident at all. We ended up not... she ended up just taking out a few of the tracks of the extension that they put in my hair instead of cutting it and all of that. And we leave, and I feel like I never really got to express how upset I was with the whole situation, because I wanted to talk about it, but I wanted to do it after the shoot so I wouldn't start crying and mess up all my makeup, because I felt like I was trying to be an adult and as professional as possible. And then so all of that happened, and then I remember getting back to my hotel room, and then I just start bawling uncontrollably. Like, I've never told this story either to like anyone, so this is my first time talking about it, because it was a really great experience. I felt bad for being so upset about it. I just started bawling, like super upset about like everything. And at the time, I couldn't really understand why I was crying so much. I don't know if you guys ever just cry and you're like, okay, the thing that happened wasn't that bad. Why am I overreacting to this? Like, why is this hitting me so much? So after that whole experience, I left. I literally, this sounds really bad, but I couldn't stop crying until I fell asleep that day. Like, it was that bad. And I even, so that's the straightest my hair has ever been. So this clip that I always show in my YouTube videos of my hair, like anytime that I flat iron my hair, I try and get a clip of it. So that night I was like, I have to get a clip of my hair. So all you see is the back of my head, but if I turn around, if I still have the video of me like turned around, I'll show you that, but literally bawling. But I still have to get the footage, and you can't even see the whole thing of social media. You have to be careful what you see. Like, there's other sides to it like that you don't see. But anyways, so like in that whole situation, really upset, couldn't really understand why I was upset, and I went back home and I couldn't look at my hair again. I just put it up in a protective style, and I just felt really bad about my hair, like it not being good enough, this and that. And it wasn't until like a few weeks, almost like a few months later, when I started reflecting on everything, and it hit me whenever I saw a picture of my hair again, because like I said, I put my hair away, I didn't want to see it again. I just felt really bad about the whole situation, not feeling good enough, all of that stuff. And I saw my hair, a picture of my hair, and I was like, my hair looks good. Like, why have I been feeling bad, like not wanting to look at my hair, thinking my hair isn't good enough, this and that. And the whole thing just got me thinking of how much I didn't like the idea. So I started to understand why I was bawling so much. I guess it like triggered my inner child of like my hair not being good enough for a certain standard. Like okay, I've done all of this, I have come all this way, and my hair still, it wasn't good enough to promote this campaign. Like the way she was just talking about my hair, bashing my hair, saying that my hair was this and that, and like the whole idea of us posing for these pictures and trying to sell the idea of what hair should look like, and like what I said before of how beauty is defined by these types of images of like people being projected things that are fake, that they won't even tell you that is fake. Like the pictures on the relaxed hair boxes and all that stuff, it's all fake. Like it's all fake. Trying to mold our hair into this picture, this literally this image that she showed me of a lady with long weave, like trying to replicate that to fit this standard of what they wanted to promote as beautiful straight hair, to promote their relaxers and sell more relaxers and more relaxed hair product. The whole idea of it just like didn't sit well with me, and that was when I really realized like I don't want to be a part of. So another part of the reason why I stayed relaxed is because since I'm one of the few people who are relaxed, that means I get I get firsthand at certain opportunities that are for relaxed people. So I wanted to stay relaxed so I could stay getting those opportunities, if that makes sense. Since there aren't that many relaxed people, I can be one of the few that gets to represent the Black relaxed hair community. But with campaigns like that, I realized that that's not something that I want to do. To be a projection of an idea of what your hair should look like, and that being something that you should strive for, if that makes any sense, because even for me it was unattainable. And like, yeah, I don't know how to word that as eloquently as I wish, but the whole thing was just not a good experience for me. I'm really, really bad at multitasking, so I'm gonna continue with everything and I'm just gonna speed it up. Maybe what I just said will be voiceover and then I'll come back at the end. But yeah, that was just a little story time that I've been meaning to get the opportunity to tell. It didn't really have anything to do with my actual decision to go natural. I was already in the process of going natural by that point, but I feel like it was still related to this video because staying relaxed for the sake of like getting access to certain like modeling and campaign opportunities stopped being a motive for me wanting to stay relaxed, if that makes sense. But I feel like this story still is important for other reasons, even if it's not necessarily a part of the reason why I went natural. A big takeaway that I got is the fact that like I tried to collect some of the hair. Maybe I'll keep this as like a souvenir or something. I don't know. The fact that like you can literally kill yourself trying to run after certain goals and like images and try and achieve certain things that like it's so easy to see certain things and be like, I need to get that, I need more, and forget that what you have right now is perfectly fine. Like whether you have really short relaxed hair, really short natural hair, really long, whatever, it's just really easy to look at other things or be told other things are what you should be and forget that what you have on yourself is fine enough. But yeah, I don't want to get too like cheesy or anything, but that was just something that I realized, like even me, there was still more that I could get. There was still an aspect of not being enough. So like, just remember that, I guess. There will always be more. It can be really easy to forget that what you have on your head is perfectly fine. But yeah, so I just wanted to say that. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like this has been a crazy, I don't know. I'm interested in seeing what the reaction to this video will be. But yeah, thank you guys for coming along. And yeah, I love you guys. My journey with relaxed hair generally makes me really, really happy to think about. It's just a nice feeling knowing that I went in and did everything that I wanted to do and helped a lot of you guys do the same. And yeah, I'm just excited and the future looks good and I'm excited. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Oh my goodness.